Blue Eyes White Dragon has taken the TCG over by storm, and basically everybody's playing it right now. Whether it's pure or with Primite or even Fiendsmith, this is one of the most affordable meta decks in years. So if you already have your 3 structure decks but don't have the Primite cards, I have an idea for you. Today we're looking at White Forest Blue Eyes, a way to get to your light spellcasters and additional interruptions on top of that with the Azamina engine. Today we're going to be looking at the full deck list and of course a combo that ends on a pretty formidable board. Before we get into the deck, I have not 1, not 2, but 3 giveaways going on Twitter right now. So if you want these cards on the screen, they could be yours. Just make sure to subscribe to the channel and head over to Twitter in the link in the description to find out how you can participate. Let's go. Before you go and watch the video, head over to the comment section right now and let me know which artwork of Blue Eyes White Dragon you're playing. This one is honestly really beautiful, but I know there's just so many out there, so please let me know. We are talking about a 45 card Blue Eyes Azamina White Forest deck. We're going to look at the combo a little bit later, but now let's jump into the deck and understand how it works. This is probably not the best way, most competitive way of playing Blue Eyes White Dragon right now. Obviously, the Primite engine is just so strong, but it's also so expensive. And this engine is almost exactly half the price of that. So if you want to get a little bit spicy, if you already have some White Forest cards and don't want to pick up another engine, this engine allows you to get into your Blue Eyes cards, and I think it's personally really cool. Let's jump into the Blue Eyes cards really quickly. 2 Blue Eyes White Dragon is becoming pretty standard, and 3 Maiden of White straight from the structure deck. It's basically Lo the Prayers of the Voiceless Voice combined with, placing the True Light from the deck, which is really good. This is your tuner, extender, and also a starter to some combos. And we have 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. This allows you to get yourself basically Maiden, go up into a Link 1, start your combo. This card is really, really good in this deck. These are the Blue Eyes monsters that we're playing here. That's basically it. It's also pretty standard, I think, in the regular deck. Now, for the White Forest engine. Best card in the deck, Sylvie, gets you to your full combo. Just normal summon Sylvie, and of course we knew that going into Supreme Darkness, this card is going to be super, super good, combined with Azamina LZ, which we're going to talk about in a second. LZ of the White Forest. This card is basically the same as Sylvie because it can get to Sylvie. So LZ in a spell and Sylvie in a spell basically do a very similar combo. And we're also playing LZ Azamina of the White Forest, which is going to get you to your Sinful Spoils engine. And we're also going to utilize Yabelstar, the Black Witch, as the monster you just get to get a free discard or can also start some lines in your combo. And this is the monster engine of that engine. And of course, we have Deception of the Sinful Spoils at 3 copies, right? This card is not as expensive as Barrel, to be honest. And then we have the Hollowed Azamina and Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. This is going to be our Sinful Spoils engine. And we're also playing 1 Tales of the White Forest to extend into our Azamina and White Forest cards. Now, before we get into the spells, we're also playing 1 Synchro Rumble. You might not know this card, maybe a little bit from Vanadium format, maybe from Centurion. This is an extender that you can search for from Crimson Dragon that actually has another effect, and it can reborn a tuner for you to go up into your boss monsters. So we're playing 1 target for that. Now, we're also playing 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue, and then 1 Mausoleum of White and 1 Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons, and of course, the True Light. This is going to be your Blue Eyes package here, and then we're going to be playing a lot of non-engine. You have basically 16 slots in this build. You can cut down on some cards, obviously. So you could go in a hand trap fashion or go into more of a spell card, board breaker cards that it's going to be better for your White Forests, right? You could play hand traps, some of them are spells and traps, obviously, but you can go into a route where you actually play the Blackout Laughs, which is an incredible send-off of your White Forest monsters, but also cards like Forbidden Droplet, Forbidden Chalice, and Evenly Matched. Even Evenly Matched is good here. So I'm playing, 15 slots. It's just like the good old regular stuff that you always see everywhere. It's basically the good old Faithfuls. Cards that are getting an alt art. So it's basically 16 slots. You could go more board breaker spell heavy. It makes perfect sense. quickly into the extra deck and then into the combo. I do love that there are many non-engine slots in this deck. It makes it really, really easy. So for the extra deck, we're playing 2 of the new Link 1 Incredible Spirit with Eyes of Blue, 1 Heretic Seals, 3, yes, you heard it correctly, 3 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. We're going to go through all of them in the combo. We're not saving up for anything, right? And then the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. This has so many good effects. You're going to cheese this out of the extra deck with either Blue Eyes Spirit, or you can also do it with Crimson Dragon. But your opponent cannot bestial your cards, and it negates an effect on the field, which is great. Now, the only White Forest card we're going to be playing is Roselia, Sinister Soul of the White Forest. This is going to get it to any light spellcaster. And then, Synchro stuff, Chaos Angel, Crimson Dragon. Remember this guy. It's making a comeback. You're going to end on the board with this. Centurion Legacia, you could play... basically, this is like a mega flex, but you can climb into it very easily, and it's a pop and a draw. This card is incredible, and it's also generic. And then for the Azamina cards, 1 Mu, 1 Ilia Sylvia for your Omni Negate, and last but not least, Star Slayer Typhon, which is also good in the mirror match. Now, let's get into the combo. It's going to be a 1-card combo, right? Just 1 card, and we're basically starting off with Sylvie here, and we basically need just a spell card in our hand, a spell or a trap, to activate the effect of Roselia to search for your light spellcaster, right? So our hand is basically going to be something like this, right? We also get like an imperm. So this is going to be our hand. We're going to put that right here at the bottom so you see how many cards we have in hand. So let's begin. Normal Summon Sylvie effect to add a White Forest card, spell trap from your deck to your hand, and we're going to be adding Tales of the White Forest. We're going to activate it, and we're going to add the newest addition to the White Forest family, which is going to be LZ, Azamina of the White Forest. Now, we're going to activate the effect of LZ in hand, revealing itself, and then special summoning itself, and then going up quickly into a Synchro number 6, which is going to be Arciella. And Arciella's Chain Link 1 is going to pitch a spell or trap from hand or field in order to search for any light spellcaster. And then Elzette Azamina is going to search for any Sinful Spoils card because it was used for a Synchro summon as material. So we're going to go ahead and search for Deception. And we're also going to be searching for Maiden of White. And this is how very easily you can access your Blue Eyes cards with Azamina cards, which is great. So Maiden goes to hand, and then we're going to activate Deception of the Sinful Spoils, tribute our very own Arciella, and then search for the Hallowed Azamina from the deck. Now we can go ahead, activate the Hallowed Azamina, send the Deception of the Sinful Spoils to the graveyard, and summon our first Azamina monster of the combo, which is going to be Mu Arcielago. Murcielago, gonna search for Wanted, Seeker of Sinful Spoils, right? And then what we're gonna do here is go ahead and activate the effect of Sylvie to shuffle back Arciella back into the extra deck to special summon itself. And now we can just go ahead and make a light and dark Chaos Angel. Now, this is going to be good for many reasons because you're going to be ending on, like, I think 3 synchros on the board, which is important to keep them unaffected by monster effects. No hand traps, nothing from this point on, no Nibiru on your synchros, nothing like that. And while you could play something like Dominus Purge, because of the Azamina cards, you need to consider that because they are, in fact, dark monsters. So it is a consideration to make. Now, what we can do is go ahead and activate the effect of the Hallowed Azamina, shuffling back our Arcielago to the deck, and then go ahead and activate the Hallowed Azamina, and don't forget that Chain Wanted, so you get the most value, and you get a free discard later for the wishes. So we go ahead, add the Diabellstra to the hand, we're only going to be pitching it, and then we can send with the effect of the Hallowed Azamina, the Wanted, to put ourselves an Omni Negate onto the board. And now we are basically sealed off. I think it was Sylvie, Elzette, Arcielago, Mu, that's 4. And then it's going to be Sylvie, Chaos Angel, and this is an additional summon. Now, this part of the combo is over. This is the setup that we need. Now we're going to go ahead and activate the effect of Maiden, pitch it in order to place our True Light from the deck onto the field. Now we can activate the second effect to set a Blue Eye spell trap, right? This one does not, in fact, pitch, it just sets one from the deck. So we're going to add the brand new incredible spell card, Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Now what this does, if you don't know, discards a card, add a light tuner, and a spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes, which is incredible. Now we're going to activate that, pitch the Bellstar that we added for free, still 3 cards in hand, and it's about to be a little bit more because we're going to be adding the Roar and the Sage. Now, with the Sage in hand, we're going to activate the Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragon. We're going to go ahead and summon ourselves a Blue Eyes White Dragon from the deck. And then we can use the low effect of Maiden. Because the Blue Eyes was summoned, we can get the Maiden onto the board. Great. Now, we're actually not going to be synchroing here yet because we need to link up into a Link 1, which is incredible. We have Spirit with Eyes of Blue, which requires you a level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster monster, right? It locks you into dragons while it's on the field, and on summon, it searches for the Mausoleum. Mausoleum is a field spell that allows you to do a bunch of crazy shenanigans, but mostly allows you to extra normal summon a light monster, which is very, very important. We're going to go ahead and extra normal the Sage, add any light tuner spellcaster from the deck. We're going to be adding Effect Veiler here, and then we're going to go into our first summon of the Spirit Dragon. Now the Spirit is already unaffected by your opponent's activated monster effects. Now, what we can do here is go ahead and activate the effect of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, tributing itself, and this will summon a dragon from our extra deck, which is going to be Crimson Dragon, which is great. We're going to activate the effect here and add ourselves the Synchro Rumble, which in a second is going to grab us the Maiden from the graveyard, but not before we tribute the Spirit to summon an additional Blue Eyes, because we are in fact locked into dragons while it's on the field. So we're going to get our copy of Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now we can go ahead and activate Synchro Rumble. We're going to be targeting the Maiden here. The Maiden is going to be summoned, and then what we're going to do is go ahead and Synchro once again for our second copy of Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon right here in the extra monster zone. Now, just because this is like a very high roll play, we're going to have to go into another spirit so we can get a negate on the opponent's turn. If you have the Seafer Dragon, right, which I don't personally own, you can actually avoid all this, but this is a better line that gets you into Blazer Dragon, which is just so good. We're going to activate Crimson here, targeting the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, shuffling itself into the deck, and then getting another Blue Eye Spirit Dragon onto the board here. So this is going to be your preliminary end board. 4 cards in hand, one of them is Effect Veiler. You have the effect of True Light to summon back your Blue Eyes on the opponent's turn, which then can summon the Maiden. You have an Omni Negate with Azamina, Ilia, Sylvia. You have 2 spirits, and you have Chaos Angel protecting all of your monsters from being destroyed by battle, but also protecting all your Synchro monsters from any activated monster effects. They are just unaffected. During the opponent's turn, we're going to be activating these 2 Spirit Dragons. One of them is going to be tributed for the Crimson Dragon once again. The other is going to be tributed for the new Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. And then, because we have another Dragon Synchro that we can target with Crimson, we're going to activate Crimson once again. And finally, and on our actual end board, which also includes an additional Omni Negate, a Floodgate, and protection from effects on the field with the Negate. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the White Forest Blue Eyes Azamina combo. This is pretty cool, you know, high rolly, we like it here in the channel, and also trying just like, you know, some new techs and seeing how these engines combine. I'm sure that even though Primite is insane and the pure version is really good, I'm sure people are going to tinker with White Forest just because it has such a natural connection to Blue Eyes that you're probably going to be seeing this somewhere else. So thank you for my team that came up with all of this. This has been great to lab out. Don't forget about the giveaways on Twitter. Make sure to subscribe, comment down below your favorite Blue Eyes artwork, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.